Struggling in PTE reading? Then trust me, today's video is the one gives you 5 killer strategies to work on the modules that contribute marks towards your reading, such as read aloud, reading fill in the blank, reading, writing fill in the blanks, and reorder. Want to make most out of this video? Make sure you watch the video till the end. Hey everybody, Nakul here from SKILLS PTE ACADEMIC. Really hope everybody is doing fantastic. I'm back with yet another super awesome power-packed video on PTE reading 5 killer strategies. Well, before we get into the video, if you're not subscribed to this channel, kindly click on the subscribe button anytime you need online assistance. It's a paid assistance. You can check the WhatsApp link in the description of this video. You can send us a message. We will do the needful. Also, to tell you, recently we released our 3 official ebooks. First was PTE speaking cheat code, second was reading cheat code, third match winning approach to PTE. A lot of students have already bought this. If you are interested, the links are in the description. Alright, without any further delay, let's straight away get into the 5 killer strategies for your PTE reading section. When we talk about PTE reading, remember, number of modules contribute marks towards your reading. It's not just the reading section. First thing is read aloud contributes some 35 marks towards your speaking and 35 marks towards your reading. So when we talk about killer strategies, we got to talk about read aloud. It's not just the speaking, it contributes, it also gives marks to reading as well. So the number 1 strategy is to work on the PTE read aloud. So what matters in the read aloud, remember, of all the things, it's your fluency that gives the marks. You may end up getting 90 in speaking, meaning 35 out of 35 marks you would have gotten from read aloud to the speaking, but the same read aloud would have given you only 20 marks to reading. We have seen such instances where people have speaking 90, writing also 90, listening also 90, but reading stuck in 72. It cannot be just reading fill in the blanks, it has to be read aloud. So the way it is scored, meaning from the read aloud, the way it is scored for your speaking and reading is quite different, isn't it? So let me give you a best perfect way to speak in the read aloud so that you get full marks towards your speaking and reading both. First thing first, your fluency has to be perfect. There should not be any pitch issues, there should not be any intonations, and there should be a constant speed. The rhythm is very important for the software to pick your voice. Tat, 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 tat. Meaning for every 1 second, for every 2 seconds, you gotta speak the same number of words. Don't increase the speed, don't decrease the speed. Whatever the speed that you carry, the same speed you gotta speak entire read aloud, entire speaking as well. So let me show you a small demonstration. If this is a text, let me show you what is the wrong way to speak. In a way you get low scores towards your reading. Mastering a new language is an exciting journey filled with challenges and rewards. It is not just about memorizing vocabulary or grammar rules. It's about understanding the culture, context, and nuances that make communication meaningful. So if you see here, it's a bizarre way of doing it. Sometimes I was fast, sometimes I was slow. I was not even trying to understand what it is. I'm not conveying whatever I'm speaking. I'm just speaking for the sake of it. So you got to understand, if you want to bring that rhythm, you need to understand what the paragraph is talking about, isn't it? So let me now show you the perfect way to speak. Mastering a new language is an exciting journey filled with challenges and rewards. It's not just about memorizing vocabulary or grammar rules. It's about understanding the culture, context, and nuances that make communication meaningful. Tat, 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 tat. I need that rhythm, and you get that rhythm, you will get 90. 35 out of 35 from your read aloud towards your speaking and reading both. Remember this. The killer strategy number 2, if you want to get that 90 out of 90 in your PTE reading module, is to skip choose single answer, choose multiple answer. When I say skip, I mean you randomly click one answer and quickly move on. Even if you spend, let's say, more than 10 seconds or 20 seconds on these questions debating what is the correct answer, you will have a problem in reading fill in the blanks, which usually comes towards the end. Most of the times people don't even reach reading fill in the blanks. Prior to that, the timer just expires. First comes reading, writing fill in the blanks, then comes multiple choice, multiple answer. This probably 2 question can come. How much time you need to spend? Less than 2 seconds. You spend more time. After that comes reorder, and then comes reading fill in the blanks. By the way, choose single answer comes towards the end, so there is no headache. But prior to that comes reading fill in the blanks. For that you need to save time. Remember, a lot of questions you will not be able to solve in under 2 minutes. So you need more time. How do we buy time? Correct? We cannot ask the invigilator, I need more time, I'll give more money. No, of course not. You have to make time. By skipping multiple answer is the only way out, and also choose single answer towards the end. You don't have to be bothered about it, that okay, there is one more section, let me do reading fill in the blanks faster. Keep that out of your mind. Very simple strategy. The moment you see choose single answer or choose multiple answer, click one and move on. Now people will start debating, if I do this, don't I lose marks? No, you don't lose marks. See, it has been strategically devised, the entire exam. It's not about just this particular thing you have made mistakes, so I will remove marks. No, it doesn't work that way. We have skipped this completely. We have not even selected the question and still we have got 90. We have produced 90 for so many students. The way it works is different. Reading fill in the blanks and reading writing fill in the blanks, if you're so precise. So that's an indication to the computer that you are actually good at it. Mistakes may happen, one or two mistakes shouldn't be a problem. Even AI also makes mistake. But overall, you should give an impression that you're so good, and that impression lasts forever, and that impression you can give only by choosing correct answers for your reading fill in the blank, reading writing fill in the blanks. And to do this, you should not have this headache of the timer. Skip these modules, you will have plenty of time left. Let's quickly move on to killer strategy number 3 with respect to reorder the paragraph. I'll give you very simple 3 to 4 strategies using which you can actually solve most of the questions. The number 1 strategy for your reorder the paragraph is subject, object, subject. So what is the subject, object, subject? See, reorder the paragraph is all about rearranging with some rules. What is the rule? Let's look at this sentence. He eats apples. He is the subject. Eat is a verb. Object, he is acting on which object? Apple. If this is the first sentence, second sentence, usually we'll talk about apples, meaning the object of the previous sentence becomes the subject in the next sentence. He eats apples, the apple he eats. So usually it follows this rule. You just need to identify which is subject, which is object. The second line, the object of the first line becomes the subject in the second line. This is one classic rule most of the reorder the paragraphs follow. The second rule will not be applicable all the times, but sometimes this full name, short name comes and tricks you. Remember, it's always the full name that you need to pick first, followed by short name. Alauddin Khilji first entered India a long time back. Now Alauddin Khilji is the full name Khilji. You cannot start with Khilji was very adamant. Khilji, which Khilji? So it's Alauddin Khilji, not any other Khilji. The full name is always given preference. It has to come first and then comes the short name. The next important rule for your reordering the paragraph is we call pronoun referencing. Nakul played football for a very long time. Full stop. He was he, she, they all come in the second line usually. So if this is the sentence, Shah Jahan built Taj Mahal, he was a very usually, or Taj Mahal can also come as per the rule 1, or usually it's whenever you have a noun starting the sentence, second sentence will be paraphrasing it, he or she or it, these, that will usually come in the second line. The next is very, very simple rule. Whenever you got a situation, will be always followed by this, that, this is because. So whenever you see this word this, just try to identify a situation right before it. For instance, if this is the sentence, American government donated huge sum to below poverty line, and what is the consequence of it? This has helped. What has helped? The word this, that, these, all these are the indicators for you to find a proper logic, find the proper flow. Now using these simple reorder the paragraph rules, let's try to solve a simple question. I'm adding a timer of 2 minutes. Try doing it. Apply the rules, whatever the rules that I just showed you. This question takes all the rules and gives you a perfect answer. Try doing it. 2-minute timer on my bottom right. Let's start. Alright, let's understand how to do this. Joe, 41, from Bradford, was diagnosed with ADHD. What is ADHD? The full form should be somewhere. The full form is in C. That means A cannot be the first statement. If you've written A as the first statement, then probably you need to rewind the video 5 minutes before and just watch the tips and tricks that I just shared about full name to short name. So first has to be C, but B can also come. B says not just this, what is that? So we don't know situation yet. B cannot be the first sentence. D says she always follows some noun. Isn't it allowed in Khilji, invaded India? He, so he, she should always come second or after some statement. So it has to be C. A mom with ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, has described what it is like to live in a house where everyone is neurodivergent. She said, getting it right, so it's not quickly you go to A. After C, you follow the rule, paraphrasing. She said people can occasionally express a lack of understanding of the situation, particularly for children. Now children, he eats apples. Apple he eats. She has children. One of the child, Joe Grant, 41, was diagnosed with ADHD. Not just this. Her 3 daughters and her husband Anthony are all autistic. Hope you are getting it. So there is a flow, there is a story. It has to start with C and then continue with D. After D, children came, and now children, the first children is 41, A comes and then B. So it is C, D, A, B. C, D, A, B is the correct answer. Now whatever the answer you have got, very simple. You just write below this C, D, A, B. Just have to match pair by pair in the order. If your first pair is CD, you may have got CD in the middle or in the end, you don't get that marks. The first pair has to be CD, you get 1 mark. Second pair has to be DA, you get 1 more mark. The third pair has to be AB, you get 1 more mark. If you have AB but not in the third pair but in second pair, you cannot get marks. So this way it's 1 plus 1 plus 1, 3 marks if you write C, D, A, B. The next killer strategy, number 4, is with respect to reading fill in the blanks. Now you got to become the police officer. I know it sounds so dramatic, but this is what it is. Let's say there are 3 accused and you are the police officer. Just because you don't like one person's face, with your gut feeling, will you choose this person and put him behind the bars? No, you try to find the clues, you try to inquire, you try to listen to the stories, understand situation, and then find the evidence, find the clues, and then decide out of these 3 who is the killer. Isn't it so? I mean, yes or no? The point is just this. You have to become that police officer to identify the clues and then decide on what is the correct answer. If you're not doing it, most probably out of 5 you end up getting 2 or 1, and the improvement cannot be seen very quickly. Just understand this. Let's quickly solve 2 questions by becoming that police officer. Let's start. Alright, the first question, I'm adding a timer of 2.5 minutes. Try solving it quickly. Post 2.5 minutes. I'm gonna come back and show you how to do it. Let's start. Alright, I really hope you have solved it. Let's understand how to solve the first blank. The top judge of the Olympic dash competition. Which competition? Find the clues. Don't rely on your gut feeling. Table competition, fact competition, settles simply just like that is not going to help you. Find the clues. How do you find the clues? Read, 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 read. See, the idea is very simple. Whenever you are stuck with something like this, wherein you're not enough confident that this has to be the answer, leave it empty and continue. That's how a police officer does. He continues his investigation. He'll immediately not try to say, hey, you are the accused, come, I'll put you in the jail. Isn't it so? The top judge of the Olympic dash competition has dash his support, has given his support. After as verb 3, has thrown his support. Gun who dash under the name Reagan was eliminated. Who, gun is a singular noun. After singular noun, verb S has to come. He eats gun who competes. Settles is there, settles is not fitting, and you compete in a competition. Who competes under the name was eliminated from the competition after scoring 0. End of a sentence. It should be a full stop. If you're still continuing, ing has to come. All these are grammar rules. I have made many videos on the grammar as well. You can check them out, or you can join our course. We will help you with all these basics. Prompting, ing has to come. Breaking and prompting. Prompting both means giving rise to both ridicule and praise for a unique style. The next line says breaking is all about, oh, what is this breaking? Probably break dance. Oh, they're talking about breaking as a competition which was recently introduced in Olympics. So first blank has to be breaking competition. Now if you're not patient enough to identify the clues and then go with it, then things are not going to fall in place. Trust me on this, it is all the game of patience at the end of the day. The first one has to be breaking, second is thrown is support, competes, prompting, new to the table, collocation. So hope you are getting it. So with this we will try to solve another question. Now you are not a junior police officer anymore, you are that assistant commissioner because you have got some maturity, you have got some understanding, you have aged with respect to reading fill in the blanks. Now second question, try to use all your experience and try to solve in under 2.5 minutes. Once 2.5 minutes is done, I'm gonna come back and show you how to do it. Let's start. Alright, I really hope you have solved it. Let me see how many of you have actually become good police officers. Can you imagine life without internet? Honestly, I wouldn't be able to get through the day, past the day, without connecting to the internet. It is estimated that, simple one, it is predicted that, it is estimated that over 2.5 billion people around the world do not have access. All said and done. Internet is a great upliftment. Internet is a great equalizer. Both can fit in. What is the correct answer? After a singular noun has to come, limitations cannot come, equalizer is there and upliftment is there. Rest all are not the nouns. So we become that police officer, right? We leave it empty and we continue. Is a great dash, has the capacity like no other technology before it to bring opportunities, equality and economic equalizer. You never say, it's always economic upliftment. So third one is economic upliftment, second one becomes equalizer. It's an equalizer, means gives equal opportunities to everybody. Getting it, this is what it is when I talk about become that police officer. Find the clues, don't have to rush, isn't it so? It is even considered a basic right in some countries. Even with this, there are, after R, plural noun, there are limitations, only one fitting in. Now we're talking about limitations, that's the clue. We're talking about negative sides. There are limitations that the traditional fiber optic broadband connections have been able to, unable to, accessible to. It's on a negative connotation because we're talking about limitations. Limitations have been unable to. Now unable, if you are able to solve, that means you are able to solve the previous one correctly. Limitations, if you're not understanding that limitations has to come or why limitations have come, then last blank 100% you will write something else. So everything is interlinked. You need to understand it and do it. Become that police officer who listens, who understands the story. Each has their own side of story. Every side of story understands and then make a decision. Otherwise, most probably second and the third you interchange and the last one completely goes for a toss. Hope you are getting it. The last strategy, the killer strategy number 5 is with respect to reading, writing, fill in the blanks. Remember to eliminate the options. For a blank, there would be A, B, C, D, 4 options. You select A not because A is the answer, you select A because B, C, D are not the answers. Come in the reverse way possible because this will give you enough confidence that B is not the answer, C is not the answer, D is not the answer. What is left? This has to be the answer no matter what. You will be selecting it with double confidence, 200% you will be sure, isn't it? So let's see a small demonstration. I'm gonna add a timer of 3 minutes. Try solving it in under 3 minutes. Post that, I'm gonna come back and show you how to do it. Let's start. Alright, let's understand how to do this. Delicious, nutritious yam is dash by, absorbed by, you observe a fruit, just observing, is absorbed by, knowledge you absorb, fruit you cannot absorb. Flabbergasted, I don't know the meaning. Revered, I don't know the meaning. Then you cannot solve. At least one of them you need to know. I'm just telling you the fact. If you know the meaning of revered, then you eliminate every other option. Revered is respected. Or if you know the meaning of flabbergasted, means shocked, confused, surprised, then you will know yam is observed, absorbed and confused, not fitting in, eliminated. Revered has to be the correct answer. Revered is with deep respect. Is revered by Nigerians worldwide in festivals and cultural rites. Across Nigeria, and it's global, across Nigeria and wherever Nigerians are. That's called global athletes. They're not talking about athletes. They're not talking about chef. They're not talking about liability. All these three eliminated. Probably they're talking about community, which is diaspora. Isn't it? Diaspora is a very famous word. If you go to Australia, if you're in India and go to Australia, you become a diaspora. If you make a community there, it's a diaspora. Okay, many would be already living as diaspora communities in Australia or some other countries without knowing this word. Actually, it's diaspora. Even if you don't know the meaning of it, you can eliminate the other three which are not fitting in and then still go with diaspora, because the rest three are eliminated. Global diaspora. One crop dash supreme, appears supreme, appear supreme, erupt supreme, dazzle supreme. If you know this meaning, you would automatically know. One fruit dash supreme. It becomes so powerful, the ruler always reigns. Reign, R-E-I-G-N-S means to the throne, he just settles in the throne. It's reigns supreme, collocation. And if you apply elimination method, appears, erupts and dazzle is really not going there. The next one, resembling locks with the cylindrical shape and thick bark-like skins, yams have dash Nigerians and wider West African communities for millennia. After have, it should be verb 3. Feed cannot come. Sprinted is running. Reciprocate is reciprocate. Reciprocate, he reciprocated is to reply, to respond. None of them are not fitting in. Fueled is when you're fueling someone. When the engine gets fuel, what is going to happen? It starts running, isn't it? Have fuel Nigerian and wider West African communities for millennia. Feed cannot come, fed has to come. Next one, dash, the humble yam is more than just a nutritional source. Now the point is, the previous paragraphs talks about how good a fruit is that. It will fuel you, it will give you energy, but it is more than just a fruit. But is that however, because here there is a contrasting thing. It is just a fruit, but it is more than a fruit. Getting it? So however, the humble yam is far more than just a nutritional source, not more than, too more than, appealing more than is not fitting in. You put it there, it is 100% not making sense. It is far more than nutritional source, and now the rest of the lines should actually talk about why it is far more than the nutritional source, because revered at New Yam Festival, central to ancient storytelling traditions and a key component of many cultural rites. It is not only integral to local cuisine, it dash together. You together always goes with collide together. No, it don't collide together. Distances together, appears together. It appears together the vibrant and intricate tapestry of country's cultural identity. It strengthens the identity. If you want to strengthen something, you need to take a bundle of thread and weave it, isn't it? The shirt is now united. It was a piece of cloth. It has got its own shape. It is united because it has been stitched. It's weaved together, not appears together, distances together, collides together. So it's weaves together. So when you're trying to solve a particular question, you got to come up with all these logics, eliminate the things, and whichever is most appropriate, you need to go with it. The first is revered, second is diaspora, third is reigns supreme, fourth is fueled, fifth is however, sixth is far more than just, that's a collocation too, and the seventh is weaves together. I really hope this video was informative, giving you more insights on 5 killer strategies for a perfect 90 out of 90 in your PTE reading. If you believe the same, like, share and subscribe, and leave your valuable comments in the comment section. With this, I'm gonna park the video here. This is Nakul signing off from SKILLS PTE Academic. Soon we'll be back. Till then, take care. Bye bye. Thanks much.